State of mind, ADODM, se Rambo, heinis, köyhä, jone ja tee. Kroomin katku, hyvällinen kun pomma seinä äle.
Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back talking about the racist, prejudice ass businesses that we are putting our money into. I think it's pretty fucked up that we're putting money into brands that literally think you are demeaning them by wearing their brands or even so much as drinking their drinks. So, me personally, I was blessed to be born without having hate in my heart towards anyone other than the ones that are trying to bring destruction to the world in so many ways. And I think it's pretty fucked up that some people will go spend their last dime on these brand name items as if buying these names mean anything. Because if you check into these businesses and see the dark side of these businesses, you would be surprised. And for a lot of these pale skin tone motherfuckers is what I'm sick of also, that have the nerve to look in the mirror as if they're superior to anybody else. They could be the trashiest motherfucker in the world, but have the nerve to look at themselves as if they're above someone else. But it's like, I asked you to tell me what it is about yourself that you would think that it makes you superior to anyone else. I was born knowing that I loved everyone. I don't care the skin tone, whatever. I know that these are all my sisters, my brothers. So for me to sit here and have all this hate towards someone would be like, I can't even fathom it, because I've never been that type of person whatsoever. So it's hard for me to imagine me ever understanding what it's like to have so much hate towards someone because of a skin complexion or a culture. It makes no sense to me. But this is just 8 different companies, but there's so many more if you study into it and see how deep it really goes, because it's unbelievable. The stuff that we are investing our hard-earned money in. I'm going to first start with, this is Barney's of New York. Brooklyn nursing student Kayla Phillips used her tax refund money to purchase a 2,500 Celine bag at the high-end New York retail store in February 2013, which would usually be considered a good thing by most outlets, but Phillips was stopped and detained by 4 undercover officers who followed her to the subway station. She sued the Madison Avenue store, sparking a backlash that saw 59,000 people sign a Change.org petition against Barney's, and protesters asked rap mogul Jay-Z to end a partnership he had with the store. Barney's paid $525,000 in fees and penalties after New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman's investigation found that the store routinely followed black shoppers. Door guards pinged African Americans as worthy of video surveillance, and some sales associated ignores black clients, among other indiscretions. rapper Wiz Khalifa, despite spending $16,000 in the store, experienced this treatment as he was followed by security in Barney's in 2011. That's what I'm saying. Where do we get to the point where we put that much value into any material object because of a person's name on it? What makes this person so fucking important? What is it? Has he done anything to freaking help humanity? Have they done anything to stop starvation? Have they done anything to stop vaccinating all these people for them to be murdered? Have they done anything significant of that nature? So what makes them significant enough to invest your money into these sorry-ass, racist, prejudice-ass motherfuckers that have the nerve to think that you are nothing more than a piece of shit on the ground? Abercrombie and Fitch. The store was ordered to pay $50 million to Black, Latino, Asian American, and female applicants who had accused the company of discrimination in hiring and had issues with how they were treated as employees. The settlement required the retail store to enforce policies that promoted diversity in the workforce and to prevent future discrimination based on race or gender. Beyond that, the store in 2005 sold Sexiest Women's t-shirts that read, "Who needs a brain when you have these?" Lovely. Additionally, stores reportedly allowed white employees to work the front house while Asians, African Americans, and people with prosthetics worked in the back, away from customers. There have been numerous lawsuits against the brand for religious discriminations and discriminating against disabled customers. Louis Vuitton. You know, people spending, what, $1,000 on a purse. That has no value whatsoever. But we will be quick to go spend $1,500–1,600 on a bag just for the thing. I mean, just like it really means something, and it don't mean shit. A London manager at the designer store sparked a lawsuit when an employee, Oliver Coffey, said he heard his boss say black people are slaves and eat dirt off the floor. Coffey filed a suit according to London's Daily Mirror, saying that the behavior created a hostile and intimidating working environment. The manager admitting making the remark, but said it was a joke. To me, that's not a joke whatsoever, and that is terms for you getting your ass whooped, in my opinion. Fucking racist ass Tommy have no figure. Nationwide rumors that the designer said he did not want blacks wearing his clothes could have ruined the brand, but he came out quickly asserting that the rumors were false. However, Hilfiger did not help himself when he bemoaned the fact that hip-hop culture played a major role in his brand's explosion. Look, it fueled a lot of growth, Hilfiger said to Bloomberg News, but it took us away from our roots. When people ask me advice, I say stick to who you are. stick to your guns. There is an image and attitude to most brands, and that's really important. I like to stick to my heritage, which is what, the KKK. So I would really stop investing my money into these sorry ass motherfuckers that I don't even acknowledge their ass, and I definitely do not spend money on their brands at all, none whatsoever. Adidas, this was real lovely. The German sports brand in 2002 was prepared to release a sneaker called Roundhouse Mid Handcuffs, which amazingly had insensitively featured orange rubber shackles attached to the back of the sneaker that can be attached around the ankle shackles. The public outcry was loud and continuous. The company first defended the shoe as designer Jeremy Scott expressing his quirky imagination. Yeah, it's real fucking funny. But it eventually caved and canceled release of the shoe and issue an ambiguous apology that included that the design had nothing to do with slavery. It had everything to do with that. It was boldly in your face with that. That's the only way to look at that. And to me, an apology, that's just not acceptable. That's really how you feel. So no, don't come out apologizing for how you really feel on the inside, because you still want to make that money from the people that was putting their money into your brand, that you wouldn't even be where you're at in the first place if it wasn't for people with different skin complexions putting money into your company. So, a tweet in November 2013 by the home improvement giant went viral almost immediately, and for good reason. The company posted a photo of two black men drumming with a monkey on drums between them, with the text, "Which drummer is not like the others?" Black people were incensed and insulted, and Home Depot sent out more than 100 straight tweets offering apologies in a major attempt at damage control. Like I said, an apology don't mean jack shit to me. It don't. So let's call it what it is. Mountain Dew. The company greenlighted an ad that was part of a series developed by African-American rapper Tyler. The creator, it depicted a battered white woman on crutches being urged to identify a suspect out of a lineup of black men. A goat character known as Felicia is included in the lineup and makes threatening comments to the woman such as, "You better not snitch on a player and keep your mouth shut." Once again, I mean, it's like right in your face with this shit, so it's no hiding for you to sit here and just brush that shit off. I'm not brushing the shit off. It appears that Mountain Dew is right on board with degradation and disrespect for the entire African American community being pursued by the worst in the hip-hop community. Social commentator Boyce Watkins wrote in a blog in which he called the commercial the most racist ad ever. This ad has to be one of the most irresponsible pieces of trash in the history of corporate advertising. It was no accident, though. Best believe it was done on purpose. There was a reason why they done it, because like I said, if you check out who these motherfuckers is that's like really behind these corporations and behind these businesses and shit, You'd be surprised to know who all has their hands in the shit. Cristal Champagne. Once the bubbly of boast for rap artist Jay-Z called for a ban on the expensive champagne when Cristal managing director Frederick Rouzod feared that Cristal's association with the flashy hip-hop lifestyle could be detrimental to the brand. When The Economist asked Rouzod if Cristal's association with the bling lifestyle might diminish the brand, he said, "That's a good question, but what we can do, we can forbid people from buying it. We can't forbid people from buying it." Jay-Z deemed the comments racist and would no longer support any of their products. Furthermore, Jay-Z purchased his own champagne company, Ace of Spades, for $50 million, according to Business Insider, to compete against Cristal. So that's just some companies. And I'm going to tell you for a fact, a long time ago, one of my jobs, I worked at a convenience store for some foreign people. She literally told me that I need to keep an eye on the black people that had came in the store, because they was the one that was stealing this stuff. So after I cussed her ass out, I quit the job, and that was my first and last day at that job. That statement to me was enough to say, fuck you and your corporation. I don't need your paycheck, and I'm better than that. My heart does not lie where yours does. I do not have the same beliefs as you, so I refuse to participate in it. So when you're putting your money into these corporations and these name brands of these bullshit ass clothes that they're making millions of profits off of, when the shit ain't worth shit, it's not worth shit. Think of the energy you're putting into that person's brand. And they literally have all this hate toward so many people. But you're still willing to invest your last. Invest that money into your own brand, where you know what it came from, you know what it stands for, you know what it means to you. When you're putting yourself in a position to stuff over anyone around you to get anywhere, you're gonna wind up on the bottom in the end. Because that kind of mentality has no value in this universe. You're literally a waste of space. When you literally believe that you are superior to anyone else, I don't care what their skin complexion is. No one is superior to the next, including any motherfucker that has on a badge, any motherfucker that has on a white coat, any motherfucker that has some fake ass degree on a piece of paper from a fucked up from a fucked up college that they put $100,000 in. All the school teaches is lies. They don't never teach you knowledge of self. It's only shit of what they want you to be, what they want to mold you into. But it ain't never no independent thought. So I urge you to stop putting your money into these corporations. Come out with your own brand. Do your own thing. And fuck these. Let they corporations crumble. Let them fall. Don't go spend your money with their ass. Let their ass fucking go. Let their ass fucking fall to the floor now. It's their turn to eat the dust. Ain't we been eating the dust long enough? It's their turn to eat the dust. So fuck their ass. Let's do our own thing. Become our own community. And fuck they ass. Until next time, this is my video. I'll put this information below. And